Hello, and welcome to episode number whatever it might be. I lose track. Welcome back to all the Mod 7 to the sky. And of course, as always, if you're enjoying this series, definitely hit the like buttons on the videos. If you haven't seen episodes 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 9, and 20, then check them out. The playlist card should appear at the top now. But last time you saw, we managed to process all of those ingots in our furnaces, so we're all caught up. I've actually disconnected everything, so we're not generating anything at the moment. I'll reconnect it in a minute. And you may notice I have been building. Yes, I thought about time to get a bit of a base structure going. So I've turned this into a circle that we're on here, and then we've got different routes off. So this route over here is going to be the passive and hostile and food, etc. farms. So farms this way. Over this way, there is going to be magic stuff. Promise. I'm going to actually get into the magic mods this time. And over here, dimensions. So whatever portals that we're going to have to other dimensions, the nether, the end, the whatever, and the whatevers, going this way. And finally, this way is going to be all the tech stuff and create, because I'm going to try and use create a lot more as well. Right. So that's the plan. Oh, and I've done the same down here. So we've got a nice circle down here. We were just on the edge of the... we were just on the edge of the circle here, but we managed to squeeze it in, which is jolly good. And there we go. And I moved my sugarcane and cactus, so that's growing ridiculously tall. Right, the plan. First of all, I'm going to move the drawers up there to the edges of the circle, so it makes more sense, and not blocking any of the paths. Then we are going to get a passive mob farm going, so we have a good supply of food using mob grinding utilities is the plan for that one. And then hopefully I'm going to try and get us going with Applied Energistics, so we get rid of all of these chests, because I don't know where anything is. Let me get the stuff moved, and then we'll go through how we're going to do a passive mob farm. Well, this looks a bit better, doesn't it? I've got a feral flare lantern, so hopefully it'll... Ah, look, the blues are going. So it's lighting up the area for us, so we don't have torch spam everywhere. I've kept the torches on the edges just for now, because it helps me know where the centers are. And I've moved the drawers, so these are all linked. You can see that if I get the linking tool in my hand. You can see they're all linked. The good thing about functional storage is you don't need the controller right on the drawers. So we've put our kind of flora and fauna and odd stuff over here. We've got our gems and dusts here, and we've got our ingots here, and our raw stuff over there and there. Good, isn't it? I think this looks so much better. Now I'm going to get on with food, because I'm down to my last piece of steak, and I need passive mob farm going. How are we going to do it? We are going to use mob grinding utilities mob masher with some sharpness and flame upgrades. Sorry, fire upgrades. And we're going to use nutritious chicken feed to create delightful dirt. Yep, delightful dirt. With the delightful dirt, that will spawn passive mobs on it no matter what, as long as there's a decent light level in there, which there will be. I'm going to make some ethereal glass so I can get through, but the mobs can't. And I need to set up a little bit of redstone to clear out the grass that grows on the delightful dirt. Right. Crafting time, and then we'll set it all up. A lot of the recipes require ender pearls, like the XP drain requires eyes of ender. This guy doesn't, but that does, right? And the philosopher's stone allows us to craft ender pearls. And the philosopher's stone in this pack isn't a big craft at all, so I can now get a stack of ender pearls. While I'm crafting, and I have been crafting, I've decided that I need more clay and therefore more terracotta to make the upgrades for these guys. So I've set up this little side project here. So using my sink, extract water into a barrel. I've got another flux hammer that is hammering down sand into dust, and then laser IO putting the dust in there, extracting the clay. So we are getting clay, basically. So as long as I've got sand in there, this will produce that into clay, and I know I'm getting a backlog of sand in here. Nice little side project if you want to get clay. Dimples. Right, back to crafting. Hello, Betsy. You got yourself stuck. We've got more animals over here, look, as well. Ooh, look, ethereal glass is great. Right, this stuff. You can. I've decided to put a little farm here because I needed some carrots and some beetroots. And the mobs can't get on my farm, but I can get to the mobs. And we're just in the process of being able to make the golden egg. So I need to get a chicken. Chicken here, chick. And I feed this to the chicken and watch.
Happy birthday, Choco!
And I get a golden egg, which is what you use to make delightful dirt. So now I need to set up a 5x5 area somewhere over here, because this is where my farms are, and make it look pretty. And then we can get going with this farm. Ooh, and another little side project. So I need an absorption hopper. One of these guys. And that requires obsidian. And how do you make obsidian? Well, you put water over lava. And you can do that here. So I've got a crucible on top of uranium block, being fed cobblestone, and then that turns into lava, and with a fluid pipe it goes into under here this stone barrel. Don't use a wooden barrel, it will catch fire. And then on top of that is a piece of water, and then laser IO will pull out basically on a filter saying extract obsidian only, and it will pull out the obsidian and pops it in this chest. Obsidian farm. Whoop whoop. I think we're ready. Right, so underneath the mob farm, we have an absorption hopper, and you can see the yellow box is the area it's working in. But now I've put an obsidian chest, which is rather large. Obsidian chest here to capture all the things. I had to kill a few pigs to have some food. And I've got a fluid tank from Mekanism to capture the XP that drops. Okay? So this is set up underneath. Let's go up and set the farm up. You can see the yellow box, and that's going to be where it's picking up items from. And I think I'm going to put the mob grinder right here. So let's put that there so I know which one is the grinder. And there's that. Okay, so this, when I turn it on, will kill the mobs very quickly because I'm going to put in it the fire upgrade and the sharpness upgrade, so it will instantly kill the mobs. Now, mobs are going to be able to spawn anywhere in here. Okay? So we want to push them. Oh, hello, Mr. Sheep. Oh, hello, 2 sheeps. We want to push them into this. So to do that, we can use fans. So what I want is a fan here, facing this way. Really good. And I'm going to want a fan here. Excellent. And then I want another fan in the middle here. Now we can see the working area of these guys. So this is only 1 wide, which is not good because the mob spawns here. It's not going to blow it over. So what I want to do is increase that. So I have 2 width upgrades. That means it's now wide enough to blow all of the mobs this way. And I'm going to put in a height upgrade as well. So we capture things that might be flying. Don't know why we'd want that, but why not? Now in these ones, I'm not going to bother with any upgrades because the theory is they'll blow forwards and then they'll be blown into the middle. Okay? So we should be able to try this now. If I turn the fans on, I've got some levers. That's on. They're blowing. So if I walk in here now, I should... Oh, I'm being pushed past it. Oh, that can be solved. Yeah, that can be solved. For sure. All I did was move those fans in one. So they're now, when you go in there, you are pushed that way and then into the sides of the mob masher, which seems to be good. Now, the other thing I want to do is put in a way to get rid of the grass. And I'm going to do that with a dispenser and kick out some water. So that's got a bucket of water in, and I think what will happen is the water will spill down, flow across there, and then I press it again and it will suck the water in. So give that a blip. Water's gone everywhere, jolly good, and give that a blip. And the water should go. Perfect. Time for the golden egg. Ta-da! Oh, and look at this. Right, they can't get out. Loads of mobs have spawned. Let's turn the fan on. So they should now all be... Oh, that powered that. Of course it did. Okay, let's just take the bucket out for now. Right, turn the fan on. They're all being pushed up against that. Let's turn you on. And we should hear the beautiful sounds of mobs dying. Very good. Mr. Pig, why aren't you... Ah, there we go. Just for the record, in those last 30 seconds, we now have this much stuff. Obviously, not those things. This is our food source sorted. Farm is complete. Let me take you on a quick tour of the redstone and how it all fits together. And we've got a personal shrinking device, which means we can become tiny. Oh, whoop. There we go. Right. Quick tour of the redstone. We have a redstone transmitter linked to a redstone receiver underneath. And in fact, if I do say that and that, we can actually go down here and have a look. So that's linked to that. So when I turn this off, or on, as it were, it turns the farm off. So you can see all of these are now perfectly happy. The fans aren't on and the grinder isn't on. When I turn this on, whoop, they all come on. And we have carnage. Sorry about the noise. If I shrink myself down, we can go down here. And it's very simple. Redstone, repeater into this block, which turns that torch off. And it also powers this line here, which turns that torch off. And this powers this line here, which turns that torch off. And this is going that way to turn that torch off. Simple. And we can have a look at... Well, I just fill this all in again. Let's go have a look at what we've got so far, and it's been, what, 20 minutes? Half an hour? All of this food, and we're going to get seeds and flowers and things when we clear out the grass. And this is it. This is that farm. Done. Time to get into Applied Energistics. I've had a quick look, and to get the basics for Applied Energistics, which is the kind of charger and the inscriber, we need sticky pistons, and sticky pistons means we need slime balls, and we are in a void world. So slimes don't spawn, but there is cursed dirt. Like we had delightful dirt, we can also have cursed dirt. In order to get cursed dirt, we need to craft the cursed chicken feed. So I built myself a little platform out here, took the torches away, and a few mobs spawned while I was all the way over there. And yes, there's a new building. All the way over there, and then I went out and killed them with my axe and managed to get those things and then put torches down. I didn't die, but I came very close. And I was able to build a hostile mob farm. It's pretty much exactly the same as this, except it's got cursed dirt instead of delightful dirt, dreadful dirt, apologies, instead of delightful dirt. So it spawns hostile mobs. Oh yeah. It's off at the moment because I'll show you. It's exactly the same. Otherwise, everything is the same, other than the light turns off instead of turns on when you turn the farm on. Oh, and I've got rid of my staircase and built an elevator because we have ender pearls, so I could. Makes it much easier. Redstone's exactly the same, and this produces a lot of drops. A lot of drops. So we've got plenty of slime now, but we're getting loads of other things as well. Applied Energistics time. Get into Applied Energistics. Let's have a look at the quest book. And you can see we need to make some crystals. These are quartz crystals, and normally you grow them, but it takes 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is get very early into Mekanism, get an enrichment chamber going, so we can grow them much quicker. I need a building. I need a building for Mekanism, so that's what I'm doing. Won't take me long. Give me a minute. I forgot. Panic mode. I forgot mobs. No. Logging out and logging back in may have just helped me a little bit there. The beginnings of Mekanism sorted. We've got our enrichment chambers, we've got our infusing stuff, so we can now make a little bit more Mekanism stuff if we wanted to, but we're not going to. We are going to use the enrichment chamber to grow the Certus Quartz that we need to get into AE2. Marvellous! So, before I get into the AE2 stuff, I've done a bit of housekeeping, and the mob farm has given me these funky bits of armour. Look at them. This has got some knockback resistance and helps my health, and provides an empty socket, whatever that might mean. This is 8 armour, an extra toughness, 7 max health, full damage taken is reduced by resistance is there. And this one gives me total swim speed of 19% plus. Swimming in a void world could be interesting, but don't I look good? Right, AE2. we need to get set up with the inscribers so we can make the calculation the presses, and then we can start to make a factory to build all of these things on a regular basis. Oh, one other thing I've done is I've put an energy cube here. So this now has 1.6 million FE in it, forge energy. And so this is going to feed the machine. So there's this store of energy. But I am going to upgrade it because this one, the Elite, hold 25 million, but can actually push out at about 6,000 RF per tick. And this can only do a max of 1,600 RF per tick. So that'll be good. So we're going to get these inscribers set up. We're going to get all of this done. And to do this, we need to start off making some Certus Quartz seeds, which is the dust and sand. And then we shove it in our enrichment chamber to let them grow really quick. Once we've got a few things, we can speed those machines up as well. Might even make the tier upgrades for them. Let me get that done, and we'll see where we go. I think I need to build a tree farm soon. This is terribly laborious. But I have upgraded my magnet, so things just come straight to me. Right, we're almost ready to make these presses, so we can then get the inscribers going, so then we can start making the circuits to make all of the AE2 stuff. Before, though, look what I've got on my back. Got a backpack. Yep, backpack. So I've got more stuff in my inventory, which is very, very handy. Right, let's make these presses. So there are 4 presses we need to make. First is the silicon one, and that is skystone and silicon and an iron plate. An iron plate is just made with the hammer. I wasn't going to get into that. It's the same for each one, except this one is silicon, this one is gold, this one is diamond, and this one is Certus Quartz. Okay, so we literally just have you in there, you there, and then we pop. Okay, we can't pop that in there, so we pop that in there. They need power. Yeah, forgive me. Power, please. Thank you very much. This is so cool. Right, so very simply, this is extracting whatever's in this chest on white. This one is then filtered to insert only silicon. This one's going to insert only gold. That one's going to only insert diamond, and that one's going to only insert Certus Quartz. Then this one extracts on grey, and at the end here we've got the inserts for these. So grey is inserting, but on the bottom, because to make these circuits, this one, I'll take that out, you'll see it on the tooltip. Thank you. This can insert from the bottom, can insert from the top, and can insert anywhere. So to make the actual circuit, you put the printed engineering circuit there, or the printed circuit there, redstone in the middle, and the silicon at the bottom. So we are inserting the grey in the bottom. That's the silicon. We are then inserting on white, which will be the redstone that's being pulled out of that chest at the end. And we're inserting on orange in the top, which is this one, the up to the top, whatever we pull out of here. So all of these are pulling out on orange. So they go in there, and then we extract from here into this chest, and it prints the circuit. So if I pop a piece of silicon, let's do 1 piece of silicon in there, back to 4, and I'll put 1 Certus Quartz in there, I'll put 1 diamond in there, I'll put 1 gold in there, and we'll put some more redstone in. You see these are all doing their things, and then in the end here it's now making the calculation, and then that will finish, and then it's going to make the logic. Pretty cool, right? So we can actually make a factory out of this and just dump a load of stuff in that first chest, and then we're just going to get loads of circuits. Awesome. The thing I am going to do though, now we've got some circuits, is there are, I think, look at there are speed upgrades, I think. They're cool. These guys, acceleration cards, and I think we can make these now because we need a calculation processor. So I want, and that makes 2. I want to upgrade this guy and this guy, because this is where the bottlenecks will be. Watch how much quicker this is now, look. Much quicker. This guy, do the same. There you are. We can now start to make the basics of the Applied Energistics system. Mwah. But I think I've run out of time for this episode. So I'm going to get all of that set up between episodes, and then you can see it working in the next episode. As always, hopefully you're enjoying this. Definitely smash the subscribe button so you get notified when I bring out the next episode. If you're enjoying it, hit the like and leave me any comments. What are you enjoying about the series? What do you like? You can leave me a comment that says what you don't like. I don't mind. Right. See you in the next episode.